welcome to the America Makes booth here at Rapid plus TCT. Josh Cramer, Director of Education and Workforce Development here at America Makes. I have with me Paul Bates, great friend, mentor in the industry, a tremendous partner of the Institute over at ASTM. And Paul, welcome to the booth.
It's awesome to be here.
Yeah, and fantastic. And I know you all have a booth, I think, over that way. I saw you over there yesterday. And so we're excited to have you. I mean, obviously a prominent member of the Institute for years, doing tremendous work, not only on the technical side, but in education and workforce development. So obviously,
exactly.
We have you here talking a little bit of workforce and education with us today. But do you want to give us just, again, some folks may be new and those kind of things. We got folks running through the booth trying to meet Paul. But that being said, tell us a little bit about the work you're doing at ASTM and a little bit about yourself as well.
Awesome. Well, with ASTM, obviously, standards organization, and one of the things we found is when we start talking, industrialization of additive manufacturing, is people's lack of knowledge, and providing training and providing support for that is really, really important to allow for that transformation. We've developed a lot of training programs to support, whether it's overall training in additive manufacturing or more targeted role-specific training we put together as well. And we're really proud of the format we've created, the partner educator and trainers that we involve in the program. It's really a well-rounded offering.
That's fantastic. One of the key features. Obviously we've been proud partners with ASTM for years. Paul and the team have been executing a number of actual projects, right? So one of the things that we do in education and workforce development at America Makes is really have the opportunity to assess gaps across the industry, right? We have our roadmap, we have our matrix that we call it on our side, and so we've really leaned on Paul and the expertise of the team down there to help us execute some gaps. So we had a couple great projects. An active one that's wrapped up last year. We're looking to redeploy and those kind of things. Can you talk through a couple of those projects?
Absolutely. Last year's project we wrapped up was on cybersecurity, and we did a survey prior to creating the content to evaluate where people were in the additive manufacturing space and their concerns in relationship with cybersecurity. And we were pretty amazed at how unprepared a lot of folks were with it. So when we put the training together, we really targeted trying to get this information to the right people, the decision makers, as well as the technical experts, to devise methodologies for really a safe program to keep that data safe and keep their programs running well. Right now, we're just completing a new training course on the introduction to quality assurance for additive manufacturing with a focus on non-destructive testing. And really great program, really experts in the field provided a lot of the content and the course load itself. We launched a pilot virtual course. The feedback was amazing. We had a waiting list of people to attend it, and now we're preparing to be able to provide it at an upcoming event, really to get that out there to educate the folks on really what is the introduction to non-destructive testing, to open the door to really start to look at where they can utilize this in their own programs.
Yeah, and Paul, one of the critical things that we're aligned, obviously, as nonprofits in this space and how we approach projects and how we engage stakeholders, right? We're right there together, the voice of industry and defense, right? And that's critical for us in our education work. You follow that same process, right? So when you're developing these assets, you're pulling on some of those experts when you develop those courses.
For sure. And I love the fact that we have the exact same goal in mind with America Makes as well as ASTM, is we're not here for any other reason to make sure that the users of additive manufacturing are educated and are aware and are successful, because the only measure to what we do is the success of the industry.
And I think one of the other things that we've talked about, right? The couple training components that we've developed together, obviously assessing gaps. I think everyone listening in can also probably agree of some of those gaps and some of those high marks. But obviously you do much more than that at ASTM. And can you talk through some of your offerings that you have as well?
Well, we've got some new things that we're offering right now. I'm particularly proud of one we just recently announced. It's operator certification for laser powder bed fusion operators. So if you're producing critical parts for medical space or aerospace, whatever you're producing parts for, the operator to validate their capability, to prove that in your own quality assurance program, you match the needs and requirements of that program with a certified operator. That's a big step in really getting that industrialization again of additive manufacturing up to where it needs to be. In other industries, they've had that capability, they had that offering for a while. We need it in this space too.
Yeah, and we couldn't agree more. I mean, when we speak to some of this, right, I mean, when we look at our roadmap, it's really it's a pulse of where's the industry, right? Yep. It's not just where's America makes. And really being able to mobilize us as a community, I think is a fantastic, I mean, that drives to the kind of the core function of the Institute, obviously, and have great partners that execute that as well. I mean, to the point where, Paul, we've been talking as a team. We want to do more together. We want to do more in collaboration. How do we get more to the industry? We're going to be hosting some training for ASTM and the team here coming up this summer. You want to share a little bit about kind of the content of that and the preview with the folks and what they can sign up for?
Absolutely. The idea of working together obviously is very pleasing to us too. Right now we're going to be offering a Design for Additive Manufacturing course and advanced Design for Additive Manufacturing course. It's about mid-July, and it's going to be actually hosted at the America Makes site, their training center, the brand new training facility. And it's a couple-day course with some real experts in the field to really get that next step in understanding how Design for Additive really is done, how to evaluate designs, how to produce parts that are made and designed specifically to be utilizing additive manufacturing and get the most out of it. It's a really fun course with actual opportunity to design parts, have them made, and to see what the results are right in line with that course. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Looking forward to, as Paul mentioned, renovated space there in Youngstown, Ohio. We in the education team have been using it quite often to convene, whether it's small, medium manufacturers or doing educator training, as well as industry training as well. Paul, with that, I always like to give a little prize or a little, at least a gift for hanging out with me for a little bit. A cup, and I know, thinking through this, you're getting married coming up.
That is true.
Hopefully there's a honeymoon involved. There's an America Makes luggage tag in there.
Oh, yeah.
Feel free to take America Makes with us. We wish you the best. Thanks for all the work you're doing as well.
Appreciate it.